How do you earn $500 or $5,000 on cryptocurrency in less than 1 month? Does this require an initial capital of hundreds of thousands of dollars, or will it take years? You could have done it 2 times already in just 1 month of February 2026. First time in just 1 day. If you had bought 1 Bitcoin on February 24th for $63,964 and had sold it the very next day for $69,504, the net profit would have been $5,540. And the second time in 2 days, if you had bought the same Bitcoin on February 12th for $65,264 and had sold it on February 14th for $70,459, the net profit would have been $5,195. But what if you don't have $60K to buy a whole Bitcoin? Well, this is normal. You can buy Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies for any amount. Even $100 is enough to start. But let's start with our stated goal of $500. What is it that you need to know to be able to earn $500 even if you've never encountered cryptocurrencies before? We will do everything on the Bybit exchange, currently in the top 5 of the overall world ranking of exchanges and top 5 in derivatives. And all our work will consist of only 3 simple actions. I left lessons on how to register on, deposit to, and withdraw from Bybit in the description and here in the tips. And using my link, you can get up to $30,000 in bonuses. How do you understand what to buy and what to sell, and when all this is to be done? To do this, open CoinMarketCap. Here you'll find a list of all cryptocurrencies with the current price and history. The first 10 coins are the most stable and solid. This does not give you a 100% guarantee that they won't go down in price, but it greatly reduces the risk. Why is it worth working with the coins from the first places in the rating? For comparison, ask yourself this question: which is more likely to go bankrupt and close? Apple, which has been on the market for 49 years, or the company of a young entrepreneur who has been operating on the market only for a few months and which no one knows? It's the same principle here. So, which method is the right one for you? Let's start with the most simple, most understandable, and with minimal risk. This is spot trading. The term sounds terrifying, but in fact it's just buying and selling crypto without any complications. And it works by one golden rule: we buy low and sell high. Always. If you had bought Bitcoin in 2022 for $69K, panicked and sold it for $16K, you would have lost $53,000. But those who bought at $16K and simply waited, in just 2 years sold for $69K, making $53,000 profit. Same coin, completely opposite results. You only need to do 3 things. First, choose what coin to buy. Second, choose when to buy and sell. Third, execute the plan. Let's apply this in practice. Step 1. Choose a coin. Go back to the CoinMarketCap and choose from the top 10 coins. Here they are: Tether, USDT, and USDC. These are essentially dollars in the crypto world. BNB, or Binance Coin, is reliable and can be traded. XRP, solid coin worth attention. Solana has growth potential, but is highly volatile. Tron, stable and actively used network. Dogecoin is a speculative meme coin mainly promoted by Elon Musk. Cardano has been around for a long time but shows weak momentum right now. Everything I say is not financial advice, just my personal opinion. I also pay attention to coins like Chainlink, which is already at the 15th position, worth trading for both short-term and long-term profits. Now we will focus on Bitcoin and Ethereum for safer and more practical learning. Step 2. Choose when to buy and sell. Next, we head to CoinMarketCap and focus on Bitcoin. Yes, we'll work with Bitcoin, and our main goal is to learn how to read the price charts. The most important thing is to first set the time frame you want to analyze. For example, if we set it to 24 hours, we can see that the overall price hasn't changed much, currently at $67,700, which you can see at the top of the chart. As we move the cursor over the chart, we can track what the price was at any given time. Now let's analyze further. Over the past 7 days, we were roughly in one price range, a small growth of about 2%. Over the past month, the price has stayed relatively flat. down less than 1%. Over 1 year, we observe a clear peak around 124,000 in late 2025, followed by a significant correction to current levels. You may also notice small icons above the chart. These mark real events that happened at that moment and directly affected the price. Very useful for understanding why the market moved. In conclusion, we need to understand where we are and define our goals. If your goal is short-term speculation, then look at the past 7 days. If the price has shown some movement, then it could be a good sign for quick trades. If you're planning to invest long-term, even buying Bitcoin right now won't be a mistake. Historically, Bitcoin tends to grow over time, so holding it can yield solid returns in the future. Step 3. Executing trades technically. This step is really the easiest, and you'll be surprised how fast and simple it is to earn through cryptocurrency if you just follow the right actions. We'll be doing everything through the Bybit mobile app. Before we start trading, we need to make sure that our funds are in the unified trading account. Here's how to do it. Go to the Assets tab, tap Transfer, select from Funding Account to Unified Trading Account, enter the amount, and tap Confirm. To check, go to the Account tab, then Unified Trading, and there's your USDT, right where it needs to be. Now let's go to the Trade section and choose Spot. Spot trading is the simplest form of trading without any complexities. Although the interface may seem hard at first, follow these steps and it will be very simple. We'll be trading Bitcoin, so select BTC in the top left corner. You can switch between different cryptocurrencies here. For instance, if you want to trade Ethereum, click on it and the Ethereum price chart will appear. Alternatively, you can search for the coin by typing BTC in the search bar. Everything is set. You've selected Bitcoin and now you're ready to trade. Let's not focus on the interface as a whole for now. It can be overwhelming for beginners. But don't worry, let's keep things simple. We'll primarily be using the right-hand tab, where we will be buying Bitcoin at the market price. Here's what you need to do. First, check the current price of BTC. For example, right now the price is $67,600. Second, select Market, which means you'll buy Bitcoin at the current price, and specify how much you want to buy. For instance, $50. Third, click Buy and confirm the transaction. Once confirmed, the system will execute the order. You can check if the purchase was successful by going to the trade history. Here, you'll see that you bought Bitcoin for $49.9 and the price at the time was $67,637. If you now need to sell the Bitcoins you just bought at market price, follow these steps. First, click Sell. Second, select the Order by Value option and choose the amount you want to sell. Third, confirm the sale by clicking Sell. This process is called a market order. It's very straightforward, and in this example, I am showing you how it works technically. This isn't for profit. You might actually lose a little on quick buy and sell trades, but it's valuable for understanding the mechanics. Now let's move on to earning with limit orders. A limit order allows you to set a price at which you want to buy or sell Bitcoin. This is one of the best and simplest ways to trade on an exchange. Here's how to set up a limit order. Let's say the current price of Bitcoin is $67,600. But you want to buy it when it drops to $65,000. Select Limit Order and specify that you want to buy Bitcoin at $65,000. Enter the amount, for example, $25. Confirm the order and it will appear in your current orders. Your order will sit there until the price drops to $65,000 and the trade is executed. You don't pay anything to keep the order open. Once the Bitcoin is bought at your target price, the next step is to set a limit order to sell it at a higher price and make a profit. For example, you bought Bitcoin for $65,000 and now you want to set a limit order to sell it at $68,000. Specify the amount of Bitcoin you want to sell, the amount you just bought. If you bought $25 worth of Bitcoin at $65,000 and sold it at $68,000, you would make a profit of approximately $1. Now you've set the task for the exchange to sell your Bitcoin when the price hits $68,000. You can check your current orders to see both buy and sell orders waiting to be executed. So you don't have to sit and monitor the charts all day long. Simply observe the market trends, Buy when the prices are lower, sell when they're higher by setting these limit orders. To keep track of your earnings and losses, you need to record every trade, when you entered, when you closed, at what price, and for how much. This can be done using tools like CoinMarketCap or Drops tab. These services allow you to add your portfolio and track your trades automatically, helping you manage your crypto investments efficiently. They also have convenient mobile apps. Now for the exciting part, how can you make $500 without a huge investment? If you had invested $1,000 in Bitcoin on November 5th, 2024 and sold it at the end of the month, you would have made over $500 in profit. There have been countless opportunities like this throughout the year. However, the strategy works only if you're technically proficient and have already practiced and refined your approach.